Hey, crafting crew, are you guys ready to make some Christmas cards? Because today we are skipping the boring flat cards and going full on festive spectacle. We are talking sparkle, we are talking shine, and we are talking about cards so fun your friends will be shaking it all the way to New Year's Day. Get ready for the ultimate interactive Christmas shaker card. Now, this one is packed with tons of colors, layer of stunning details, and generous helping of glitter that's absolutely perfect for the holiday season. If you want to know the secret to making this beautiful, fun, and incredibly shimmery shaker element, then grab your favorite adhesive and let's get crafting. We are diving right into the star of the show, which is this brand new Merry cover die from the latest and Everything Nice release by Simon Stamp, and it is truly designed to make a statement on your holiday cards. What I love about this particular die set is how it instantly creates that bold full panel design that will cover virtually your entire A2 size card base. The primary feature is the word Merry, rendered in that gorgeous large block letters. To start this project, I took an A2 size panel, which is 4 1 quarter by 5.5 inches, and ran it through my die cutting machine with the Merry cover die. As you can see, when I took this panel out of the die, the result is absolutely intricate. We have this beautiful, very delicate outline that defines the word Merry across the panel. Also, we have those large, chunky negative pieces, those big, bold block letters themselves. As I mentioned earlier, those big, bold letters cut by the Mary cover die are wonderful because they offer so much versatility. You certainly could use those pieces separately, maybe stack them up for dimension or adhere them directly onto a different colored background. However, for this specific design, I'm going to take a slightly different approach. I will be inlaying those large block letters right back into the empty spaces of the die cut background panel. This technique gives us a completely smooth surface while allowing us to introduce color in a striking way. But before we drop those pieces back in, we absolutely must add some beautiful vibrant colors to them. Now, since they are currently plain white, I have taken all of the bold Mary letters and placed them onto my Ultra Sticky Mat by Simon. Now, this mat is a lifesaver because it holds all those pieces securely while we get messy with our inking. Now is where the fun begins. We are going to be ink blending some gorgeous saturated red and green holiday colors onto those white letters. I will be using blending brush and alternating my colors across the word. I am giving these letters a bit of an ombre look with lighter shades of those reds and pinks on top of the letter and darker red on the bottom. I'll be starting with the reds and then followed by those gorgeous green for the letters R and E. When you finally see the finished card, you'll notice that the alternating these classic holiday colors creates a beautiful rhythm and makes the entire card look significantly more festive and incredibly pleasing to the eyes. It's a small detail that makes such a huge difference on this card. For all of those beautiful, vibrant ink blending you're seeing here, I have used my Simon's Stamp Positively Saturated inks. I absolutely love these inks and they blend so beautifully to give us that rich, deep color intensity. Now, I will leave a list of all the colors that I use down in the description box below. Next, we will assemble the main framework of our card. I am taking the die cut outline frame, that is a main background piece, and adhering it on top of a standard A2 size white card panel. I'm using a fine tip liquid glue for this step as it gives me a moment to wiggle the frame into perfect alignment before it sets. However, I want to emphasize that you have a few excellent adhesive options here. If you prefer a faster application, you could certainly use a spray adhesive on the back of the die cut frame. Or for the easiest method of all, you could cut this entire panel onto an adhesive sheet. That means when you run the die through the machine, the backing of the die cut pieces are already sticky, which would absolutely make this detailed inlay work a lot more quicker and easier to manage. Now, before we get to the satisfying step of inlaying those beautifully ink blended Mary pieces, I decided that this was a perfect moment to add a sub sentiment. Placing it now ensures that it lines up perfectly with the large die cut wood. And also, I didn't want to mess it up after all that beautiful inlaying. For this detail, I reached out for a wonderful new die set called the Merry Sentiment stamp set, which is also part of this new release. This is a compact 3 by 4 inch stamp set that includes a variety of lovely little words designed to pair flawlessly with the bold merry text that was created by the cover plate die. After looking through the options, I decided to use the word Christmas. It sits nicely right underneath the word merry and ties the whole holiday feeling together. I positioned it carefully on the panel and stamped it using my go-to VersaFine Onyx Black ink. This ink gives us the crispest, dark impression possible, ensuring that our sentiment stands out clearly against that beautiful white background. Now for the truly satisfying part. We can finally take those beautifully ink blended die cut letters and inlay them right back into their designated spots on the background panel. Look at how stunning this already looks. The crisp white frame of the cover die provides the perfect clean contrast, looking absolutely gorgeous, surrounding those vibrant colored letters. To adhere these pieces back in place, I am using small dabs of liquid glue on the back of each of those inlay places. The key here is to use a light hand. You want just enough glue to secure the pieces in place without applying so much that it oozes out from the edges when you press it down. Precision is important here to keep our final surface clean. As you place your letters, you really start to see that beautiful effect of their alternating color pattern come to life. I'm so pleased I decided to use two colors, that is, this red and green, instead of just sticking to one single shade. That deliberate alternation really lifts the entire design, giving it a depth and dynamic, festive appearance that is far more appealing to the eye. To start building our shaker element, the fun, interactive heart of this card, I needed to create a shaker well for all the shaker bits to move around. To do this, I went ahead and die cut the Mary cover die frame an additional two times using same simple white cardstock. The exact number of frames you choose to die cut really depends on the final dimension that you're looking for. Even though I'm creating an interactive card design, I personally decided to keep the overall profile on the slightly flatter side, opting for less bulk because I plan on mailing out this card. Therefore, I'll be stacking just two additional frames to create my wells. This decision was also influenced by the choice of shaker material that I was planning to use. Instead of using chunky, large sequin mixes that require a deeper well to move properly, I will be filling my shaker with ultra fine glitter powder combined with some tiny sparkling star sequences. This combination requires less depth but provides maximum sparkle and movement to our final card. Now, the next step in the process is to add our sparkle element into the shaker wells and seal this with an acetate layer. I have an acetate sheet that is cut to 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches, which is the exact same size as the panel. Since the edges of this frame are really thin, I wanted to make sure that the acetate panel covers the entire window so that none of that glitter falls around when the recipient receives our card. To achieve a perfect balance of movement and shimmer, I'm actually using two different sparkle mixes today and placing them strategically, which is something I've never done before. First, I have this beautiful ultra fine glitter mix. I'll be adding this fine powder only inside the wells corresponding to the merry letters themselves. This fine glitter will settle beautifully and provide constant gorgeous shine and sparkle directly to those words. This is precisely why I opted not to use shimmer spray or mist on that ink blended letters earlier. If I hadn't been creating a shaker card, I would have definitely spritzed them with shimmer spray prior to inlaying them into those wells. Now, I like to use dedicated micro spoons to scoop those very precise and tiny amount of the fine glitter into each of those letter spaces. I then added the star sequences on the outer area surrounding the letters. So when the card is finished, you will have an incredible shaker card featuring two distinct sparkle mixes that are kept separate from each other by the interior walls of our layered cardstock. This separation creates a really dynamic visual effect with fine glitter illuminating the letters and the stars dancing around the perimeter. I then went ahead and sealed this panel using my acetate sheet. I added very little glue to the frame so that none of that glue oozes out, sticking into all that beautiful glitter. After I sealed the panel, I kept something heavy on it just to make sure that everything is in place and the glue dries beautifully. While we were waiting for the adhesive to dry, I decided to work on the decorative top frame for our shaker card. Initially, I had planned on simply using another layer of the same white cardstock for the very front frame. However, this is a Christmas card and it definitely deserves all the glamour that we can give it. I quickly changed my mind and decided to bring in something more sparkly. For the front layer, I chose the gold glitter cardstock from Your Paper Insider. This is an incredible cardstock. I love how deep that shine and the non shedding sparkle it provides. It adds the perfect touch of festive luxury to this entire design. For today's specific project, we will be using only the thin outer frame piece to layer over the shaker window. Just like the previous cuts, I will be saving all those stunning glittery wood pieces for a separate spectacular projects later on. That gold frame is going to finish our card beautifully, tying everything together with that bright, absolutely shiny Christmassy charm. With the gold glitter frame perfectly cut, we can now adhere it onto the shaker window, for which I used thin bead of liquid glue all the way around the back of that delicate frame. I'm careful to avoid all of those outer edges so that the glue doesn't squeeze out. Then I layered the sparkling frame over the sealed shaker, ensuring that the gold outlines perfectly with the die cut underneath. Don't miss to add the inner pieces of the letters R. I made sure that those tiny gold glitter pieces are put back into their respective spots within the letters, which completes the beautiful seamless look of that bold lettering. And just like that, our card is complete. Take a moment and just look at how beautiful this card turned out. The inlaid colors, the dramatic shimmer of the dual shaker elements, and the final touch of festive gold truly makes this design shine. And well, I absolutely love how this turned out. I then adhered this entire assembly onto a top folding A2 size card base using liquid glue, and just like that, our card is ready. This is an absolutely gorgeous, fully interactive, sparkle and shine Christmas shaker card. We took a simple cover die, layered it up with beautifully alternating colors, added that excitement of dual shaker elements, and finished it off with that irresistible touch of gold glitter. This card is truly a gift in itself and is sure to bring a huge smile to whoever receives it this holiday season. Now, if you enjoyed learning these inlay and shaker techniques, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me out. And if you want to see more of festive tutorials, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. All the specific products that I used to create this card today, including the Merry cover die, the little Merry sentiment, and all of the inks, everything will be listed down in the description box below. Please note that all of these links are affiliate links, which means that if you shop using one of my links, I'll get a small commission at no cost to you guys. Thank you again for joining me today. Until next time, stay safe.